A very good morning, dear students. In the measurement and effects of heat, today we shall learn the last part of the lesson, that is expansion of the liquids and gases in this video today. Fine. Now, you have already learned about the expansion of solids in the previous video. You have already learned in the previous classes that a solid has a definite shape, even definite volume. Whereas if you consider a liquid, it does not have a definite shape, but it has a definite volume, right? So that means how it was in the case of solid, that it shows the expansion, linear expansion, areal expansion as well as volumetric expansion does not take place in the case of a liquid. In the liquid, only volumetric expansion takes place since it has definite volume. Whereas if we talk about a gas neither has a definite shape nor a definite volume. So today, now let us learn about the volumetric expansion of the liquid. Okay, now you know that a liquid has a no definite shape, but has a definite volume of its own, right? Now, if we suppose volumetric expansion coefficient for a liquid can be therefore defined as V2 is equal to V1 into 1 plus beta delta T, which you have already learned previously even in the volumetric expansion of the solid. Same formula is applied here, where V2 is the final volume of the liquid, whereas V1 is the initial volume of the liquid. Beta is the coefficient, volumetric expansion coefficient of the liquid, and that of delta T is the change in the temperature. Fine. So you have learned that all the substances expand on heating, whereas in the case of liquid, that is water especially, it shows a different behavior. Okay, so effect of heat on water is somewhat different from that of other liquids. Let's see how it is showing a different behavior. Okay, so how it is showing different behavior. Now you know that any object or any substance expands on heating, whereas when water at normal temperature, you can see when water at normal temperature, you will find that it is showing a different behavior. Okay, so when water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases. Now it's true that when expansion is taking place, when the heat is given to a substance, you find that it expands means what expands? Volume expands. And since volume is related to the density, because by the formula density is equal to mass upon volume, therefore if volume increases, density will go on decrease. And same thing happens when any object is heated, its volume expands, and therefore we say that it is expanding. Since volume expands, density decreases. Now, and when any substance cools down, that means it contracts, we have learned, right? So contracts means what happens? Contracts means its volume starts decreasing and therefore density increases, correct? So here is the same statement here. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most of the liquids. How other liquids are showing the same way, it also shows the behavior. But then why we are saying that water shows a different behavior? Let's see at what temperature it shows a different behavior. So here you can see now, you find that the density increases. Below 4 degrees Celsius, density of the water starts decreasing. Instead of increasing, it starts decreasing. Fine. And then what happens at 4 degrees Celsius? It has maximum density and so minimum volume. Below 4 degrees Celsius, temperature, starts cooling, and therefore density of the water also decreases and its volume increases instead of, decreasing. And when temperature starts falling below 4 degrees Celsius, water undergoes expansion, and you can see a layer of ice which is formed. Fine. So this is called as anomalous behavior of water. Anomalous behavior means a strange behavior which is not shown by any other liquid. Okay, only water has this ability to show the anomalous behavior of water, and therefore this behavior of water is very useful for, the animals which are living inside the water in the polar regions, wherein water remains below the ice and ice is formed above, and therefore they can survive even in this cold condition because water is present below the ice. Okay, so this you are going to study in detail in standard 10, so we are not going to discuss this any more now. Fine. So which other use of expansion of liquid have you studied, okay, in your daily life? Yes, you have studied one instrument called as a thermometer, which works on the principle of, expansion of the liquid. Okay, so you can see how it is expanding, right? So due to its expansion, what happens is that, you can measure the temperature of any hot substance. You can see how when heat is given, it will start expanding like this, correct? So this is the use of expansion of liquid in daily life, right? So this is regarding the expansion of the liquid. Now let us proceed further with the expansion of the gases. So I have mentioned to you that, gas neither has shape nor has a definite volume. Okay, so but it also expands like that of the, like that of solid as well as liquid. So gases do not have a fixed volume. So they expand on heating. Okay, so you can see that they expand on heating. That means volume of the gas before heating and volume of the gas after heating in a closed container. If you take a closed container, fine. So what happens in a closed container? So in a closed container, you will find that there is no space for the, the gas to move out. Okay, so that means they are confined to a closed container, and therefore what happens here is that its volume does not change, and since volume does not change, its, density also does not change. But if you see, when you give the heat, though its volume or density does not increase, but its pressure will start increasing. Why? Because you are continuously heating and there is no way for the gas to move out, and this increases the pressure. So when, any gas is kept in a closed container, its volume and density will not increase. Its volume and density will remain the constant, but what will increase? Its pressure will increase when the heat is given. Fine. So you can see that volume of the gas before heating is equal to volume of the gas after heating, but the pressure of the gas before heating is less than the pressure of the gas after heating. Now let's take two examples. Two bottles wherein the gas is confined to the two bottles, and it has, one bottle has a fixed piston, whereas another bottle has a movable type of piston. That means the piston can move even if the heat is given, and we can try to heat both these bottles, one with the fixed piston and the other with the movable piston. Then what will happen? Let's try to answer two questions here. Okay, the first one is, using the formula density is equal to mass upon volume, what will be the effect of the heat on the gas kept in the closed bottle? Okay, so when the heat is provided to the gas and it is kept in the closed bottle, what will be the effect? So in the first case, wherein there is a fixed piston containing gas, a fixed piston, mass of the gas as well as the volume of the gas remain constant. Okay, it will not change, and density also will not change though the gas is being heated, but the pressure may increase. Second condition, what will be the effect of heating on the gas in the bottle which has a movable piston attached to the open end? So in this case what can happen, there is a scope, okay, there is a scope for expansion because there is a movable piston. So when heat is supplied, volume will start increasing, and therefore the piston also may start moving, and therefore what will happen, since it can move, its volume also starts expanding. So the volume of the gas will increase, and as the volume of the gas increases, its density will also start increasing, but yet the pressure will decrease. So therefore when we are talking about the volumetric expansion of the gas, we talk it in terms of pressure. So what we can do is that if we want a particular volume, then we will have to keep the pressure constant. Therefore the expansion of the gas is measured by heating the pressure, by keeping its pressure constant. So to keep the pressure constant and volume, change the volume by moving the piston, but keep the pressure similar, same, constant. So then if it happens, if we want to change the volume, then this will be called as a volumetric expansion coefficient, is called as the constant pressure expansion coefficient instead of volumetric expansion. Fine. So we can say that V2 is equal to V1 into 1 plus beta delta T. It's the same formula what you have learned earlier for solid as well as for the liquid. Okay, same formula, where V2 is the final volume of the gas, not liquid here, gas. V1 is the initial volume of the gas. Okay, whereas beta is the constant pressure expansion coefficient of the gas and not volume expansion. Fine. So therefore delta T is the change in the temperature. Fine. So the change in the temperature is nothing but therefore what is it? It is nothing but, now we have learnt about the volumetric expansion of the gas. Okay, so it depends upon the pressure and not on the volume, because the volume of the gas is not constant. Okay, it does not have a definite volume, and therefore instead of taking it as volumetric expansion, we take it as pressure expansion, okay, coefficient of expansion. So this is regarding the volumetric expansion of the gas as well as of the liquid. So with this we are finished with the lesson. So what you need to do is that you need to find out the question answers from your textbook and even try to solve the numerical problem. So this is your homework. So good day dear students, and thank you very much.